Anticipate the worst. This is supposed to be a full AV experience. If you want the full AV experience, you can be my friend on Facebook. On Facebook, I've collected a series of slides on the history of villainy in literature and film. I've brought two guests with me. I'm going to have them introduce themselves, because I don't know how they want to be introduced. Starting with this gentleman here.
I'm Bob. I'm Boss Bob. I'm a clown. I don't do parties. I don't get paid. I just am what I am. And it's fun. And I've done a lot of study on the fool and the clown. The trickster gods and the fool is zero, right? And what is it? What's zero?
I don't know.
It's the point of ultimate possibility.
Yeah.
You see, you can say anything and do anything as long as you're laughing, because that's what they did. That's how the fool came around.
The contrary man, also known as.
Right. You play dichotomies. You got both ends. You work in the middle. That's where you stay. That way you can wear a suit and be pretty at the same time.
Yes, in anthropological terms, that's the contrary man. Native Americans frequently had these people. They were actually cross-dressing shaman. He's not cross-dressing. And I brought a very important...
Are you so sure?
Well, I'm not sure. I brought a very important guest with me today. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Athena Finger.
Athena Finger.
My grandfather was the original writer and uncredited co-creator of Batman.
The original writer and uncredited co-creator of Batman. This room really should be more full, but Irving dropped the ball and didn't promote this young lady here. That's all right. Villains keep very long lists for long times. I still have grudges from 2 decades ago. I plan to make even. Thank you, Miss Finger, for coming with me. So, normally we would be doing an AV show, but like I said, I recommend join me on Facebook, and we could talk about things such as one of the very first villains in literature is Frankenstein's monster. Now, Frankenstein's monster is not the lumbering idiot you see from the films. As much as I love Mr. Boris Karloff, who did a great job in presenting a monster, the monster was nothing like that. He wasn't a grunting beast. In fact, let me give you a little taste of what he says to Dr. Frankenstein. All men hate the wretched. How then I must be hated, who am miserable beyond all living things. Yet you, my creator, detest and spurn me, thy creature, to whom thou art bound by ties only dissoluble by the annihilation of one of us. You propose to kill me? You dare your sport life with this? Do your duty towards me, and I will do mine towards you and the rest of mankind. If you will comply with my conditions, I will leave them and you at peace. But if you refuse, I will gut the maw of death until it be satiated with the blood of your remaining friends. Now, does that sound like the grunting monster we're all so familiar with? Oh, no. The monster learned to speak while he was hiding in the Alps, the French Alps. So technically speaking, Frankenstein's monster's first language was French. Certainly not the language of a grunting beast. One of the first characters to sort of typify a supervillain in his technological prowess is a man by the name of Jean Diable. John Devil. That's a wonderful name, isn't it? Written by Paul Féval, his vampire stories and detective stories predated Sherlock Holmes and Dracula. One of his plans from his character, Jean Diable, was to send armored warships to free Napoleon and then conquer India. Now, does that sound like a supervillain plan or what? That was from 1862, people. My kind's been around for a while. Predated Professor Moriarty, some say perhaps one of the first supervillains. He also typified the bald is evil look. Yes, please go to my Facebook later and look at the original illustration of Professor Moriarty from 1893. And now cast him in your film. By the way, on a side note, don't watch that downy garbage, that Hollywood fluff. You want to see a real Sherlock Holmes? Watch the BBC's with Bertrand Cumberbatch. Now that's a Sherlock Holmes. Paul Fibble predated Dracula. Dracula, to me, in some ways, is like the king of the supervillains. You still see him around. You still see the Avengers and Spider-Man going at it against Dracula. Dracula's been with us since 1897. By the way, the original character has a long, wispy mustache also. Not usually shown in the films. The Bram Stoker with Gary Oldman, that had it, yeah?